Hey guys, we are here for week 6 in the GT4 Fix series. We're at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve today. Same as always, we're in the Merc GT4 Fix setup, and we'll give you a walkthrough lap followed by a hot lap at the end. So this track's pretty unique in the way it's got some pretty heavy braking zones, plus a few other little sort of quirks to the track, I guess you could say. So coming down into turn 1, you want to aim for this first escape road and be braking at the end of it, so just before the 200, so it's about 210 roughly. You'll notice that in this car and track combo there is quite a bigger braking zones than in, say, some of the other cars. So yeah, so 5th gear, you want to brake, stay to the right hand side as much as possible, get back to 2nd gear by the time you turn in. I turn in just before this last little escape road, so just before the 100 meters, or it says 1, but I don't see it being 100 meters to the apex of the corner, but I think that's for the second part of the corner. So use all the curb on the inside, 2nd gear, then get the straight line the car to this inside apex, back to 1st gear. Patient, let the car rotate round. Once you get to this 2 sign on the fence on the left hand side, then you can start to pick the throttle up, start to open the wheel, let the car track all the way out to the edge of the road, up to 3rd, up to 4th just, and then you want to brake at the start of the Napa Auto Parts sign on the inside. Back to 3rd gear, stay in 3rd gear through here. It'll feel a bit slower, but you'll just have a little bit more stability in the rear of the car coming through this section of corners. Use the car over the curb, set the car down, make sure your left-hand tyres are just on the inside of this curb here, and then aim for that 2nd rub mark on the wall, start to turn the wheel and just sort of carry the speed as close to the fence as possible without hitting it. Up to 4th gear just before the curb, then carry the speed through. It's your full noise, but you do sort of lift just to keep the balance in the rear of the car through here. Hug the wall as tight as you can the whole way through the corner. Once you come out, you'll find that because you're carrying so much speed, the car will drift to about mid-track, which is fine, and then you're looking for the change from the concrete wall to the Armco barrier, and that's where you brake from 4th gear, so brake back to 2nd gear, stay as far to the right as possible, and then turn the car in nice and early just before this little flag stand bus stop looking thing. Turn the car in, use all the curb here. This will help the car rotate, and what it'll do is it'll set you up more in the center of the track to then carry more speed through down to the 2nd straight. So get the car close to the curb here. Try not to hit it too much. I do find it unsettles the car a little bit. Let the car track out nice and wide. Use all the circuit. Up through the gears. You're looking for the 2 board under the bridge or just before it. You want to go 5th back to 2nd, so nice big brake marker. Back to 2nd gear, stay to the outside of the circuit. Turn the car in, use all the curb. You can use even a little bit of the white stuff. The car does tend to lift, but it's not going to fire you up in the air like it does in some other cars. Then the 2nd phase, get on the red and white curb, stay off the white bollard looking curb behind it. Let the car track all the way out to the fence. Then up to 3rd gear. Stay to the right hand side here to square your braking marker up. Up to 4th gear. I stay in 4th here and just crack the limiter. Square the car up straight, brake just at the 200 meters. Back to 1st gear. Stay to the outside till you get to this part here. So it's just around this 1 board. Or the 10 board, sorry. And then start to rotate the car in. You want to apex late and try and get the car as square as possible. So before you start to pick the throttle up. If you don't, then all of a sudden you're going to get snap load of oversteer on the exit, and it's probably going to cost you a lot of time, or you'll end up flicking into the inside fence. Let the car track out wider on the exit, use this little bit of curb here, then start aiming towards the inside of the circuit again. Up through all the gears. Now start to track your car back towards the left-hand side of the circuit, getting ready for the final chicane. Alright, you're spotting, it's between 3 and 2, so I'm using just before this little flag stand shed. So it's about 230, 240 roughly I'm braking here. I'd rather slow the car down a little bit earlier and then get a good drive out of the final chicane. So big braking zone, stay as far to the left-hand side as possible. Obviously, if you're in a race with pit stops, you've got to be careful. Obviously, the fixed race isn't an issue, and neither is the open race here. So, but other cars, obviously, you've got to watch for pit entries and stuff like that. Second gear, turn the car in, use more curb in the first phase of the corner. So set the car up like this. You kind of want to be in line with the start of that billboard behind the wall of champions. If you can do that, then when you get to the second phase of the corner through the red and white curb, you're sort of aiming for the back end of the billboard. So that's sort of like your markers to know that you're straight. Then from that point there, you can carry all that speed out. Let the car flow right out to the edge of the wall. And there you go, guys. That is your walkthrough lap of Circuit Gilles Villeneuve in the GT4 car. We'll heat the tyres up, give you a hot lap, and we hope you have a good week of racing, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, guys. That, guys, is a lap of Circuit Gilles Villeneuve in the GT4 car. Good luck for this week's racing. Thanks, guys.